These are 9 summer fragrances that you can wear for the heat at every budget. I'm also going to include 3 bonus fragrances, 1 from each category. Let's start off with Safari Breeze by French Avenue. This is a take on Tales from Zanzibar, which is a very unique tropical fruity fragrance. It's very different than any of the other tropical fragrances that I've smelt. It has some zesty citrus, you get a little bit of black currant, you also have some coconut, and you also have a little bit of spearmint. So it creates this tropical, almost creamy vibe. And that mint is just very different, but also really nice. And I think that this is a French Avenue fragrance that kind of went under the radar. It didn't get a ton of love, didn't get a ton of hype, but I personally like it, and I think it's different and unique enough from other ones. Number 2 in our budget-friendly section, we have Legacy. This is part of the Royal Collection from Maison Azrar and Gulf Orchard. This is a fantastic take on Blue Talisman DNA. I find that the Royal Collection does some of the best dupes, and this one nails that pear, that muskiness, just a very nice kind of fruity, unisex fragrance that is really, really nice. If you like pairing your fragrances, this is a great one. The only thing that I found is the longevity isn't anything crazy, more in that 6 to 7 hour range. So again, not a crazy beast mode projector, but really solid. And again, the quality, that's where this one really hits home. So if you're looking for a really good Blue Talisman dupe, I would say that Legacy is fantastic. And my third pick from the budget-friendly section, we have Chill Spectrum by Ahmed Al Maribi. This is a take on Pacific Chill from Louis Vuitton. Very expensive fragrance, and this is a unique twist. I find that this one's a little more green, a little less on the citrus side of things, but there still has that fruitiness. So it has some basil, has a little bit of like almost like grass clippings in there, which sounds weird, but actually really works. I find that it's very sweet, green, but you still have those fruity, kind of sweet undertones. It's a very nice, a very refreshing fragrance. Bottle is really cool, great atomizer. Let's see here. Pressurized, which is always a bonus. And it has a really high concentration of oil, which is supposed to make it last longer. I don't find that it's like a crazy like 12-hour beast mode, but I'm finding it into that 7 to 8 hour range, depending on your skin chemistry. But Chill Spectrum, if you really want a greener take on Pacific Chill, but still really sweet and kind of fruity, this is a really good twist. If you are interested in any of these fragrances, I'm gonna have links down in the description. They are affiliate links, but if you use my code, you can save a little bit of money. Also, if you're interested in trying and sampling any of these, I do have decants at sprayandraydecants.ca before you decide to commit to a full bottle, especially any fragrances from these rows, because you never want to blind buy a very expensive fragrance that you might not like. I'm saving the bonus picks for the end of the video. So now we're going to go into our middle tier, which is our designer fragrances. Starting off our list, we have JPG's Le Beau EDT. This is a very nice summer scent. Very youthful, very uplifting, very nice. It kind of has some fruitiness, it has some sweetness, a little bit of creaminess thanks to the coconut in there. Also have some vanilla, some tonka, that classic JPG DNA, which some love, some hate. I'm not the craziest fan of it, but I know so many people that just adore this kind of DNA. You can go for the EDT or you can go for Le Parfum, which is gonna be a little bit stronger, just a little bit different, but very similar. Coconut, a little bit ambery, a little bit fruity, still sweet, but this is a very youthful fragrance. This is gonna be great for that higher heat. JPG does well with their Le Beau lineup. So if I were to recommend one to you, EDT is not bad, or Le Parfum. Number 2 in our designer picks, we have YSL Myself L'Absolu. I would say this one is a little more geared towards those summer months, that heat, because of that extra kick of citrus in the opening, but it still has that classic clean orange blossom that's gonna remind people of fresh, clean laundry. This is one of the most versatile, easy to wear scents. And personally, I think that YSL is the best designer brand, hands down, for price and quality. Everything in between, I think that they have some of the best picks. So for me, YSL Myself L'Absolu is gonna be perfect for the summertime. It's just versatile, it's easy to wear. I don't think you're gonna offend anyone with this kind of fragrance. And longevity, you're getting a solid 7 to 8 hour mark. Yes, it is expensive, and yes, there are cheaper alternatives available, but if you're looking to get something from YSL, I would say L'Absolu is one of the best from the Myself lineup. And our last one in the designer category, we have technically a designer, Louis Vuitton Imagination. This is not a cheap fragrance, but I will say it is a amazing, clean, soapy, hotel hand soap kind of vibes. And then in the dry down, you get this beautiful, almost creamy, calming tea note that is just phenomenal. Do I think it's worth the price? That's debatable. If you are a fragrance enthusiast, you're a collector, and you have the money for it, I'd say go and smell it first, but it is really nice. There are some great dupes available like Bougie Hermes Hectic, Mykonos Inception. Those are fantastic. But if you're looking for that 100%, you know, not some of those dupes get like into that 85, maybe 90% range, getting close, but still missing something. If you're looking for that extra percentage, you really can't beat the original. It's just such an easy to wear, clean, uplifting scent profile that you can wear any time of year, but especially in the summertime. Just make sure you smell it first, get your decants, because this is not cheap, but the longevity is really solid. 7-8 hour mark, sometimes more, sometimes less, depends on your skin chemistry. But unfortunately, I do love this one. I just wish it wasn't so expensive. And now we move on to our most expensive category, which is our niche category. And starting off, we have a classic summer scent. This is Xerjoff Torino 21. This is a minty, fresh, slightly green, citrusy fragrance that's gonna smell like a mojito in a bottle. This is just such a classic summer scent. If you are looking for one of the best in the Xerjoff lineup, like one of the safest for the summertime, I'd say Torino 21 is absolutely gorgeous. It is just so easy to wear. It's very, very bright, very uplifting, perfect for the poolside. If you're sitting at a hotel, sitting at a resort, you want to smell good, you want to smell fresh, you really can't go wrong with this. The mint in there is just so nice. So yes, Torino 21, another fragrance you can't go wrong with. 7 to 8 hours of longevity, perfect for the high heat, one of the best releases from Xerjoff. Number 2, this is another fan favorite. This is Suspiro Vibrato. I would say that this is one of the best for the summertime. It's just such an easy DNA to rock. If you like ginger notes, you like that grapefruit, if you like that DNA, I would describe it, Ingenious Ginger's over here, Tigar's over here. Vibrato kind of meets in the middle. It's a little bit musky, almost a little bit powdery, but it just has that sparkling grapefruit and ginger combination that is gorgeous. And for a freshie, this probably has the best performance out of all of them. You're looking into that 8 to 10 hour range, some people getting more, obviously some getting less, but when it comes to a freshie, I would say Vibrato is one of the best. I don't know what they put in here, but this stuff lasts and lasts and lasts. Just one of the best summer scents in my whole collection. And our number 3 pick, we have Byredo Baldafreak Absolute. This has quickly become a top 3 in my fragrance collection as of right now. That might change, but scent-wise, I don't know what it is, but there is this zesty citrus in there, some woody notes, but also some fruity notes. They come together and they're tart, but they're sweet. And it's a little bit linen-like, kind of clean, like YSL Myself vibes in a way. Like it's clean, and I don't know. It's just easy to wear. If I had to say which one of these is my favorite, I'm actually gonna go for Baldafreak Absolute. I just think it is so incredible. The price tag is really scary though. I would say it's probably the most expensive fragrance on this table. But as far as a scent profile goes, I just think you can't beat it. I mean, yes, there are some clones starting to come out, but the original is always gonna be the nicest. It's just easy to wear. And for me, the longevity is incredible. I know some people say that they don't get the longevity, but honestly, after like 8 hours, I was still getting it pushing hard off of my clothes. I was smelling it all day. So I don't think you're gonna have a problem with longevity because I sure didn't. But scent profile wise, Baldafreak Absolute, gorgeous, gorgeous, clean, woody, citrus, a little bit fruity, a little zesty. Just a beautiful fragrance. All right, so there is our 3 from each category. Now we're gonna move on to our bonus picks. For the cheap category is Mykonos Empire. You've probably seen Mykonos everywhere. I personally love the brand. I think they have some real heavy hitters at a great price point. And this one is one of my favorites for the summertime because it takes 2 popular DNAs, which is gonna be Afternoon Swim and Creed Virgin Island Water, combines them. So you get that creamy coconut from Virgin Island Water and the lime. And then you also get that realistic orange note from Afternoon Swim that is just absolutely phenomenal. Now, is this gonna be a one-to-one of either of those? Absolutely not. This costs like $40. But for the price point, that DNA, that scent-wise, I definitely think this punches above its price point, and I personally really like it. I think this is one of the best cheapies of the year. Our bonus pick for the designer category, we're going with Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Now, you could swap this out for Bleu de Chanel EDP. I don't know if I'd do exclusive because that one's a little more ambery, a little darker, a little more winter and fall-like. But this has that classic Bleu de Chanel DNA. It's citrusy, it's a little bit woody, a little bit ambery, but I just think that you really can't go wrong with Bleu de Chanel. It's a staple, it's easy to wear, it's a blue shower gel type of scent. Some people are gonna find it boring. I just think it's easy to wear. Like, you really can't go wrong with a Bleu de Chanel. I think everybody's just gonna be like, you smell good. And for me personally, I like the Parfum. But again, EDP is just as good. So that's the bonus pick, Bleu de Chanel Parfum, really nice scent profile, 7.5 hours of longevity. And our bonus pick for the niche category is 40 Knots by Xerjoff. This gives me sailboat vibes. Like, if you're on a yacht, you're dressed in a nice white light shirt, you're on the water, you're in the heat, this is perfect. It's salty, it's a little woody and ambery, and it's also kind of spicy. It's a very unique combination, but it's actually beautiful. It is very smooth, very easy to wear, very high quality fragrance, which you should expect with a Xerjoff. And I love this one. Very different, and it's not gonna be for everyone, but for me, I think 40 Knots is one of the more slept on, more underrated in the Xerjoff lineup. I think Torino 21, I think Naxos gets a lot of love, but I would say 40 Knots is a beautiful, salty summer fragrance that really does push and lasts like 10 hours on my skin. Like, I am smelling this throughout the day and then some. So 40 Knots is our bonus pick for the niche category. And there you have it, guys. Here are 12 fragrances that are gonna be perfect for the summertime, for that higher heat at different budgets, from cheapies to designers, even though some are more expensive than others. And then you have our niche category. So, you know, whatever fits your budget, whatever you're looking for, I think there's a fragrance here for everyone. If you're interested in any of these fragrances, I'm gonna have links down in the description. You can also try out samples so you don't have to commit to buying a full bottle before actually trying the DNA and seeing if you even like it. I would highly recommend samples before blind buying any fragrance. And with that, give this video a like, subscribe if you aren't already, and we're gonna see you guys in the next video.